Previously on Perfect Plex.
Champ in the chat, kids for those not in the know, aka Mr. Sidekick to the slammy holding guy.
I thought you said off air when I kind of sort of mentioned that. You said, well, too soon.
It's too soon, but let's be serious now. Like, if AEW,
serious for a moment.
If I can be serious for a moment, AEW wants you to believe that they have a ranking system, and wins losses matter to them, and their company wins losses matter.
WWE.
35. He looks like he's 35. He wrestles like he's 25. CM Punk is 43. It looks like he's 53 and wrestles like he's 63.
he has taken significantly step back. I'm telling you, that UFC ass woman did it to him. All right, slowed him down. All right, it worked for Brock. Brock had meathead muscle in him. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy who he's just a geek like the rest of us. But Summer and Punk, it didn't last very long. Okay, you lost despite what some of the comments said. You can't just go by the few here.
Now we can't go by the comments. Now we can't go by the comments. Do you see this?
Anywho,
the conspiracy to keep the black man down
was last night. And listen, a match that we looked at and said should not happen was happening. Sledgehammer involved, polka dots included, the win, the tears, the makeup. Or was it too sweet or suck it, DJ, on the makeup job from hell in a cell?
Just bring it, bitch!
There's some bitch when he saw him climb to the cage. Like, okay then. You know what I'm saying? Like Cody wrestling in that match was insane. But these ladies tore it down. Go ahead, Dice.
I need people to understand that just because somebody takes a pinfall, it doesn't make them look weak.
Thought was going, but I thought
it was definitely going to get money.
Part of this jab, your partner goes in your mind. It has to.
Yep.
Because you want to make sure that it's not 4 or 5 people here. It's you versus me, right? So you have to go outsiders. In all fairness, you actually.
I had to swing for it. I had to swing
for it.
As much as Beer Money is done in the realm of TNA, they're not the outsiders. Regardless if Nash and Hall didn't win as many championships as them, they were good in the ring. They were good partners. They were very influential. And for that reason alone, I had to go with them. But if I had to pick an honorable mention, just one, it would be Beer Money for me.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And welcome back to Perfect Plex Talk Radio, people, right here on Unpopular Reviews. I am your host, Mike Knoxxx, and indeed I spelled my name like Joe Gertner with 3 X's because I am hardcore. People, this is the show of the shows for the pros of the pros and you, the intelligent wrestling fan. And as always, we got a plethora. Oh, you know I love that word, Dice, man. We got a smorgasbord of things to talk about today. You saw what we did last week. Now you're going to find out what we're going to talk about this week. So, Dice, man, introduce yourself, because right now I just look so goddamn ravishing.
First and foremost, I did not get the memo that we were using sunglasses today. But nonetheless, it's your boy, the Z is Silent, a.k.a. the Mighty Dice Man, a.k.a. the Z is Silent, aka Princess of Thanos, aka the Shang Tsung of this debate shit. Your soul is mine, aka Big Champ in the chat. Kith, for those not in the know, aka yo mama's favorite daddy, aka I am head of the Seraya Paige Beavis Club.
Okay, well, people, with all that being said, welcome to Perfect Plex Talk Radio, and also join us in the back, King Vaughn Jr. 720 on the Twitter, holding us down as always. And you, like I said, the Intelligent Wrestling fame, I am the $1 Million host. You guys are the $1 Million audience. Together we make the $1 Million connection. So tonight, a lot of things happen in a week of pro wrestling. Dice, first of all, how you doing, man? Like, have you enjoyed your day? Like, I don't know, tell me about today, the build up for today. It's like, I got goosebumps a little bit, man, because you have this idea to draft this heel persona. And I need you to explain that to people, because it's not just that it can go a lot of ways. It's a tangle web in which you weave with this one, but I love it. It brings some excitement to tonight's draft. Speak on that part, if you will.
Okay, first and foremost, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great.
I got some wine.
John, you hear my brother? See, I got the big ass ice cube in it. Just got that. I just got that. But before I get into that, feeling very good. And June is Black Music Month.
Yes, it is.
Which a lot of people might not know. And I also want to say shout out to the LGBTQ plus community. As you can see, I am rainbowed out. I am a huge advocate for love. Love who you love. Love well, love hard, love often.
God is love.
God is love. Rev, run.
Run. Now I want to take a bubble bath.
The idea behind the personas is it's very easy to rank heels. It's very easy to. But now when you have to nitpick which persona of the heel
that you want,
so now you got to dig a little bit deeper for that. Because we have different versions of different people. We've seen how many heel turns of Big Show have we seen? You know what I'm saying? Like so many Big Show heel turns, so many Undertaker turns, so many Jericho turns, Orton, Edge. These are guys that are pretty much everything for company. But they mostly had a very successful career being heels.
Correct.
And later on in their careers, we end up, even though we hated them back then for what they did during the storyline, when you look back at it, you respect their career because of the work that they were able to do. Because, like, remember the respect on my name. Remember the 2010 to 2012 Orton era? It was a lot of Orton is so boring and da 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 da. But he always delivered. You're an Orton guy, though. But he always delivered. Looking back in retrospect, right, in the years that he's had. He's never underwhelmed. He's always delivered, whether it was exciting to you or not. If you gave that man an assignment, whether he mailed it in early or not,
okay, I'm gonna say sometimes Raimi mailed that shit in. Don't you act like Raimi mailed that shit whether he mailed it in or not, he still I would still take a mailed in Randy Orton over most of the talent. Well, we're gonna speak about that heel persona. Also, 26 years. NW. For life, people. Look at it, mastering it, admire those guys. Those guys changed professional wrestling forever. Do you see that? You could be there vacant. Oh, yeah, brother. You could be there, but you're not. But we're going to pay respect today, okay? Because the world wouldn't be where it is. What you say, Rock? Huh? Excuse me. Yeah, NWO. Look, even they laughing at Hogan gone. Damn it. Also, the number 4 faction ever, Vaughn. Come on. You can't start today. You can't start today like this. You cannot start today like this. 4. He just started. The reason why you have guys like the Bullet Club on the NWO. Well, nobody's putting a fucking Bullet Club over the NWO. They bust nuts on the Bullet Club. Who the what? Who the how? Say the who? Why did we say it? Also, thank you. On the program today, we're gonna talk about Seraya. I'm just gonna call her Paige. Okay, because that's what I know her as. And I know she didn't look like this when I first met her, but that's okay because it's America. And if you don't like how you look, you can fix it. So we're gonna talk about Seraya. Will she wrestle again, or is she completely done? Also, let's just go ahead and jump into the aforementioned news of the day. Why'd you put that up?
I didn't do that.
I had it. I had the whole goddamn thing there.
I didn't do that shit.
That's not how it looked when it first came through. Promise you. Shit. All right. Well, I checked it. That irked my nerves a little bit. But fuck it. It ain't there right now. So with today's news, Dice, we got some news, and I get that in a second. Mr. Hardy boy, that is. Jeff Hardy, again, arrested. Another DUI situation. Your take on your boy Jeff Hardy, man.
All right. I mean, it's so it just makes WWE like. Remember when the collapse thing happened and he just kind of went his way, and they made WWE sound like they were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They made him sound like they were crazy, like, oh, they shouldn't have done this and da 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 da, and
right.
And I wasn't taking no sobriety test, and I wasn't going to rehab, and I listened to the Talk Is Jericho with the Hardy Boys on there.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, they said, no, I wasn't on anything. I've been clean. My family is healthy. I'm healthy. I've been happy. And then I get this. What? I was baffled because with a guy who's so beloved in wrestling, who is the quintessential he's a wrestler's wrestler. He's a wrestling fan's wrestler, right? No matter how many times
he's giving you so much excitement over the years.
We get up.
Oh, whoa.
If there was any person that embodied that song, it's Jeff Hardy.
I'm sorry. I just want to get a little phrase in here for a second. I've never heard you sing a gospel song. My man. All right. I know, but man.
Gospel song on my birthday.
That's it.
But it hurts that a guy who's so beloved is looked at after he goes away from the WWE. So this is your chance to actually show that you're not this guy that WWE thought you were months ago, and then you turn out to be that guy.
I've not seen that.
I did see it. I did see it, and we'll talk about it.
All right. So here's my thing with Hardy.
Don't make me walk away already.
Here's my thing with Hardy. Hold on. What I put up? NWO has to take a backseat to the fabulous Freebirds. Come on, all right, Victor.
You're trolling me right now, Vic. Come on, big dog.
I drink to that. But listen, speaking of drinking, that's not funny. Every time about Jeff Hardy, as I think
that was like last night when I was watching that WCW versus the World video, and they nicknamed Hawk. His Japan name was Overdose.
Yeah. So listen, I never had a DUI before. I'm gonna knock on wood. Okay. Thank you, Jesus. We fall up, but we get that all that good stuff. But listen, I hope he gets his help that he needs. All BS aside, and this is why I never get into the whole where the company said this and the company said that, and this is what's coming. No, the company, for all the flack that it gets, to me right now, stood tall and saying, hey, we're concerned. We are seeing signs again. Of course I do. Okay, of course I look like classy Freddie Blassie. One can only look to be so quintessential as I. Okay,
is that the word of the day? We just used that like 4 times already.
Well, I used it twice, and I might use it 2 more times.
I used it once.
Okay, that's 3.
So now this is 4 times.
That you just made it 4, so it's gonna be a 5-timer today. Okay, so but they saw something. So all I can say is we hope again. I know wrestling fans don't understand that. I know that to them, Tice, it's real to me, damn it. But it's too real, and they got to back away from that life, or you end up like this. I don't want to see this guy end up dead. I like Jeff Hardy. You know what I mean? I've been entertained by Jeff Hardy. To me, he's a name in wrestling that you will never forget. But I want to remember this guy for the right reasons, for the things that he's done in ladder matches. And, to this day, I told you, him and versus RVD, one of my favorite matches of all time. I put it in my top 5, to be honest, of matches between those two guys. I was amazed by it. But I don't want to see this. I hope he gets the help that he needs. And that's on from that. Also, like you already brought her up, she's in our background this week in wrestling. There she is. There she is again. So go ahead and read to the people what exactly is going on with your girl Paige and what's taking place. For those who just, this is wrestling. Y'all already know what the hell's going on. She retired. Okay. So, but the rumor has it is this is just a WWE retirement. It's not a full retirement. They see her going back to wrestling, but that's always going to be. Here's the thing with wrestling, as I just said about Jeff Hardy. Some things you guys have to let go. One thing I've never really loved, I'm being honest. I say never really because when I think a guy maybe, I'm here for it. But the one more match and you still got it when clearly they don't, and they shouldn't have had one more match. Okay? So I hate that chant. So
that bullshit chant's coming out when Ric Flair does his last shit. It's coming out.
Yeah, that's what they do. Okay?
Sometimes you have to save people from themselves, and there's nobody around Ric Flair who has tried to save him from himself.
The wrestling fans won't do it. That's my problem. But here we go. Paige, do you think she will wrestle again? Would you give that a too sweet, or you got you got 2 words for him?
I'm going to say too sweet to that. She is not even 30. She was a little girl when. Well, I mean, granted, she was an adult. She was 18, but
and we know that people have come back from these injuries too.
Yeah, and you know what? It's very similar to Daniel Bryan because Daniel's doctors knew something that the WWE doctors did not, and he was prepared to stand on that hill and die on it to go somewhere else, right? And I believe that I follow her on Twitch, and she talks a lot about her injury in full depth. Right. And she seems like she is very much pretty like 85% healthy. So I don't think that there's anything in her mind that makes her think that she can't still do this, especially after seeing the miracle of Edge. And she's already 5 years removed from her last match.
After miracles and miracles that we've seen in professional
and
wrestling.
Daniel Bryan's journey, it's nothing but inspirational. However, I believe that if there's not the talent around her in WWE I don't think it's surpassed her, but at this point, I think a lot of people have forgotten what she has done. Uh-huh. Yeah, and without her and AJ Lee, I heard on Busted Open that they called Paige a bridge from the Divas to the Women's Revolution.
Of course,
and I would love to say that.
Yeah,
I would give that to her
fact.
and AJ Lee because they carried that very well.
I don't keep calling them every week though.
But I just think that she still has a lot left in her. She loves the business. Yeah. And she's only 29 years old.
But they come back from these things.
Most people don't hit their prime until they're in their mid-30s. So she's very well only scratching the surface. And I don't believe that she's going to be done with WWE. Okay. I believe that she'll come back. The only thing that I hate about people that leave WWE and have to get a name change. Now you have to go back and try to be that other persona that you were, but now we know you as your other persona on any other circuit. It fucks up. Yeah. So it fucks up the mind. Like if and when Moxley leaves AEW, does he come back as Moxley? Right. Or he come back as Dean Ambrose? I don't want to see Dean Ambrose anymore. But he has to because WWE owns it.
Yeah, he's not coming back as Moxley. That's never going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Like I don't want to ever have to refer to Moxley as Dean Ambrose in WWE. It's too fucking confusing. Like it's not a sense like Christian Cage in TNA. All you did was add a cage at the end of Christian. It's fine. No trademark, nothing. But it's a big difference between Saraya and Paige. Yeah. Because she said that the one thing that she is going to be weird and tough for her is letting the Paige name go.
Did say that. I think
that was the hint that people really
took as gold of her, coming back.
And she did leave a picture of her boots in the ring, which we know what that stands for, but it also is in a WWE ring. So
I love the wrestling fans again, and there's always a clue. What's the Easter egg they're gonna leave today? Right?
They will definitely try to dissect that shit. Now, the conversation was had on Busted Open, and I kind of want to bring it to you and see what your thoughts were. Is Paige, Tony Khan has broken the bank, right? But it's really only been CM Punk that you really break the bank for. He held off on Braun Strowman, right? In which most people probably would have jumped for Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
He held off. I mean, I don't think they can get Bray Wyatt, so I'm not going to say he held off on. But outside of Bray, I think Braun was like the next biggest thing that he could get after those releases, and he held off. So, do you?
I'm sorry. Are we giving him a kudo? Are we giving him a kudo?
I actually did. I actually did because that's a smart business move. He didn't jump at, oh man, this guy was big there. I'm going to give him the money. Give him the money. So. Do you pay top dollar for a 29-year-old Paige?
Yeah. I mean,
now is she CM Punk paid?
That's the question. The thing is, she doesn't look like CM Punk's Paige. You know what I'm saying? Like you've seen her recently, she still looks like the picture we have on the damn screen. You know what I'm saying? And if she doesn't look like that, she will look like that. You know what I'm saying? But is this the Paige? Is this who she is now? Because as you said, the ATO girl who came in, that's not her. So if I'm Khan and she can go, I'm going after and throwing the bank at her. I'm throwing the bank at her. That's what I would do. But she'll be back. They all come back.
The last piece of Too Sweet and 2 words for you is Eric Bischoff said that.
Oh my God.
Eric Bischoff said that Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell is a top match in the past 20 years. Now, is he talking about top 10, top 50, top 20, top 100?
Storytelling.
If you would have broke this down.
Storytelling, yes, I would agree. And that's why I say wrestling.
Now, where would you put that? So if it's is it in your top 10?
You're not gonna put me on the Johnny God spot like
that. Is it 15?
I don't know. I'm gonna go top 20.
I'm gonna give you a nice round number like 40.
Okay.
Casey's top 40.
I just said I put it in my top 20. So of course it's in my top 40. Yeah.
The past 20 years?
Of a hell, yeah. I think storyline wise, it was very everything. Again, as I make fun of wrestling fans saying it's real to me, damn it. I know I sat here like a girl and watched that match, like, yo, they're gonna really have this match. You know what I'm saying? And I bought into the conspiracy theory. That's why, I'm a walking contradiction, right? Because I bought into, is it a makeup job? It looks real, but could it be? You know what I'm saying? Because we're watching him. You're calling it out. He went into the map, the wrong shoulder, all these things. I'm going to say that match is possibly a top 20 match in the past 25 years or so. And again, counting from how I view wrestling, it's like, what's your list? My list consists of wrestling is storyline, and then the impact of the match and things like that. And the people took place in the match. You can't give me the Brooklyn Brawler versus Alex, Wonderkin and tell me it's match of the year. It's Alex Wright, Daz Wonderkin, and the Brooklyn Brawler. Stories don't fit. Okay? No matter how much my man does the wiggle. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So,
all right, we'll give that Too Sweet. I can't disagree with you, but off the top of my head, when I read it, I said, you got your fucking mind, bro. And I love Eric Bischoff. I think he's top 5 greatest wrestling minds in the business. But I can't tell somebody who knows more about this business that he's wrong.
No, right.
But off the top of my head, trying to think about, matches, things that I felt over the past 20 years from 2002 to 22 is pretty hard.
It's his color lenses in which you're looking through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So from someone who I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I've read in his book and things like what's going on, Matt, I can see how he would put a story together. To me, storyline wise, yeah, man, it was really good. But what else has shocked people this past week in wrestling is that this is how Raw started. That's how Raw is going to begin tonight. And Mr. Finn Balor has replaced the founder, the commissioner, the godfather. I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. And they took him out. Edge excavated, sent off, transformed into not being a part, rated R superstar. What Edge will we get coming back? I won't say until 3 weeks from now, maybe. Because right now they got to have this faction get some steam, so Edge can't come back tonight.
Yep.
He's off TV for a while. I'm a Finn guy. I'm a Finn Balor guy. I've been begging for Finn. This don't fit right. I some don't smell right. And I know all the Finn Balor lovers out there. I know you guys out there, King Mo, King Coley, Captain. I love y'all. They're my peoples. Love when I see you, though. But guess what? I don't know about this one. Not saying I'm wrong. That isn't going to work. I just don't know, Dice. I just don't know.
So,
it came out of nowhere. I'm okay with it coming out of nowhere for whatever reason, because that's wrestling. So I'm not knocking that before you go there. I don't have to say, well, no. Before anybody go there, no. I have intelligent wrestling fans. It's the fucking name of my goddamn show. The show for the hell wrestling. So I'm thinking, I get it. I remember we called Bray Wyatt's Fire Funhouse when everybody said, what the fuck is this? Day one, I was like,
it's the same thing. It was the same thing that he's always been.
It came out of nowhere, but I'm here for Finn doing this. I just don't. It feels weird. It doesn't feel organic. And that's what wrestling fans want. We want things to feel organic. That means natural for those who are not in the know. Okay? Welcome to Perfect Plex Talk Radio. I'm Mike Knoxxx. That is Z is Silent podcast here on Unpopular Review. We wear slammies.
Before we go into our first break, I know we break this down in increments. We've got about 3 minutes. The rumor is that this was done because Cody is.
I don't even think that's a rumor.
That's bullshit.
I think it's 100%.
I think it's bullshit.
You want to know 100% accurate.
Because I think it's bullshit because
you have to have another face. Your major face just left.
That's fine, but Edge is not a every week guy. Cody's been an every week guy. So therefore, you got a guy with a part-time schedule in which oh no, I hate these part-time Hall of Famers that come and go, da 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 da. But yet,
let me get a quarter. If Edge doesn't have to wrestle every week the way Cody did. Cody had a redemption story, so it made it look better. Edge just has to show up. It's like Roman. You know what I'm saying? Couple here, but he don't have to wrestle every week, right? So I think that he does. I 100% believe Cody getting hurt, card subject to change, did this move. And that's why, to me, it doesn't feel right. Now, if I'm wrong, if it's bullshit as you say, so be it. I'm going to say 100% it has to do with Cody. And that's why I'm okay with it, because what else? Everybody for this company is hurt, and people have to realize that. So shit has to change. You wanted it to happen anyway. It just didn't happen the way that people wanted it to happen. I called it weeks ago saying him going to the Demon Valor could fit in that if they're going to be supernatural. And then you read the rumors from the dirt sheets, and I say, I got 2 words for you.
We got 2 words for you.
With the Edge stuff, not wanting to be a part of what it was going, because that's exactly what Edge is. Edge has dropped blood. What are you talking about? Edge didn't want to go the supernatural way. Edge has always been supernatural. That was the whole purpose of the group. But he's telling y'all from the beginning, this has been built from my foundation. So when I read the rumors, well, Edge didn't want to go the supernatural way. That was the stupidest shit I read. That's why I say death to dirt sheets. I'm sorry I took 35 cents more than 25, but not a half dollar. It's yours, my brother. Go ahead.
I can't 100% say death to dirt sheets on this, because honestly, what you're saying on that coin, I'm going to flip it and go to the tail side.
Rub it down.
Right? Because the Judgment Day is a heel faction. The only way that supernatural shit happens is if we have the Demon. The Demon is a face character. Yes, I understand the Demon
does not have to be.
I understand, but I understand that the Demon is associated with evil. However, in Finn's case, it makes it so much more of another Vince peel of the onion.
That. You know, Vince
he never liked it. But think about, like,
Vince loves demonic shit.
As much as you don't want your biggest heels, unless they are the face of the company, to sell out merchandise. This is why Bray Wyatt's head got big and he wanted all of his choices to be 100%. But you can't do that shit with Roman.
Well, that was
because Roman is undeniable.
They gave him his own belt. Once they give you your own custom belt, that ain't
undeniable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the list of the current top baby faces, right?
Yeah. And
scratching off Cody Rhodes.
I disagree with that part. Where do we get that news from, Victor? That's the same thing that he's saying.
No, I didn't say that. I
said
not
that part, but you're saying okay. You didn't say that part.
If we're going supernatural,
right.
The closest thing to supernatural is the demon.
Right.
So
right.
I get the plug and play idea that they got here.
I love
but
the plug and play.
At the same time, while I'm looking at this list of current baby faces, what do we need?
If this gives us heel demon, like that, like the demon has only been associated with him being a face. I get it, but guess what, guys? I guarantee you. It wasn't supposed to. I guarantee you that persona was not supposed to be fan loved, even in the indies when he was Prince Devitt. Follow me. Nothing demonic is a face unless you turn him face like Taker because the fan said it's fucking Taker. We don't care if he's stringing up Stephanie. Hey, that's some awesome shit.
Well, now they just have a Fiend 2.0 problem right now. But looking at the top list of baby faces,
spit your list.
We have scratching off Cody Rhodes, right? And this list is very sad.
Hold on, and the company currently?
Like this is the list that they have, the internal list that they have.
Empty. Go ahead.
AJ, Dawkins, Asuka, Bianca, Bobby,
yeah.
Cedric Alexander, Dana Brooke, Dominic Mysterio, Edge, Ezekiel, Liv Morgan, Montez Ford, Mustafa Ali, R-Truth, Randy Orton, Reggie, Riddle, Mysterio, Titus. I don't even know Titus was still wrestling.
Orton's not there, first of all. So that comes up the list. And by you saying the list in itself, and the fact you said Bobby, which is sad, which is it's a shame because Bobby's a great face. But I still understand your reference point to it. This is why Edge got kicked out the group. Everyone's hurt, people. And I wanted to see it unfold. You know I did. You know me. You, Vaughn, you got, I'm all about fucking stories. Okay? That's what wrestling is, people. But we're going to take a break. We're going to come right back, and we're going to dive in to some more weekend wrestling. AEW news, the Forbidden Door. Pay-per-view was here.
Before you start, listen. This week has been interesting because I got a lot of shit to say about Switchblade Jay White. I got a lot of shit to say about goofy ass Will Ospreay and this overrated or overhyped Forbidden Door. Catch y'all after the break.
I want you to fire me, you fucking Mark!
All right.
Yes. Oh, we still going? Do I still get a rant?
No, just stop.
That's true. Anything can happen in World Wrestling Entertainment. What's the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, though?
Well, the next thing that happened was Tommaso Ciampa was backstage getting ready for his tag match against the Dirty Dogs, and who we get is the return of the one and only Prince Finn Balor. And when I saw that happen, because I heard tag team, I'm like, okay, who are they going to put Ciampa in a tag team with on Raw? And when I saw Ciampa, I won't lie, I did scream and jump for joy a little bit because I am a big Finn Balor fan.
I think he's definitely transitioned to Raw. There's not much more he can do in NXT, and I don't think he really fits now. So he needs to transition to Raw. This is a good way to do it with Finn Balor, with Dolph Ziggler, who seems to be the transition monkey for people who come from NXT. So I'm here for it. I still think that Tommaso Ciampa can't really do much on the main roster, but so far.
Previously on Perfect Plex.
Last week's show, we had no interest in this match.
No, we didn't.
We had no interest in this match, and I feel so bad because I'm not a Serena fan, but I know that she can go. I'm a fan of Thunder Rosa. Please, just lock the doors.
Good shit. JR be just making up shit and lying.
He do be fucking lying.
He be lying. He said, this is the greatest match. This is the greatest pay-per-view I've ever called.
You lying.
Rock in Austin. 17.
Taker
double or
and
nothing.
HBK Hell in a Cell.
Hold on, I'm doing your numbers. Fuck that. I gotta stand up. Are you serious, JR? Are you serious, bro? Ass, JR, stop the bullshit.
This ain't peanut butter and jelly. Like, be happy. You want to. You have to take. No. This is the thing. You can't satisfy black wrestling fans. You can't.
You can't
Because
satisfy no
literally,
fans.
look what the
You can't
comment
satisfy
was.
no
we
fans.
had what, 6 or 7 African Americans on AEW last night.
They're always
And
in the
it's
same
still an
kind
issue.
of scenarios, though, Dice. That's the point. The point is, where's the individual standout talent of their black? They're always outside of Jay Cardell. That's supposed to be established beforehand.
Okay, then. So we're not doing that then. And I will take Kenny Omega.
Okay. The fact you would take Kenny Omega first star AEW tells me right there your draft's already going to suck. Because and we are back, people, here on Perfect Plex Talk Radio. I am one of your hosts, Mike Knoxxx, along with the Z is Silent podcast. And today we will talk about 26 years ago, the NWO. Oh, yes, we will talk about it. But right now, AEW. All Elite WWE? No. But, well, I don't know. Is it? I'm not going to do that right now. Anywho, I enjoyed Dynamite last week, Dice. I really did. You can't sit there and make fun of Dynamite from last week, my guy. It was actually good. I mean, Thunder Rosa in the main event. We got some world title stuff about to happen right now. The Battle Royal, you got the finale. You got to see, your guy, and win the Battle Royal. I think he's corny. You know what I'm saying? But y'all like
Kyle O'Reilly has never been my guy.
I said y'all.
I do not give a hot shit.
I said y'all guy. Okay.
Well, I was about to say.
Okay.
I do not give a hot shit.
Kyle O'Reilly can wrestle his tail off, but that's about all.
He can't tell a story to me.
I don't think either, besides getting his ass beat. Besides, hell no, Charmaine. Absolutely not. To that question. So, but Dynamite, we're going to have it. The Forbidden Door, Moxley. This is the pay-per-view they wanted to hype us on, right? It's not their fault that CM Punk got hurt. Right? No Summer of Punk. So no Summer of Punk. How do you feel about this, Dice? You had some things before the break. You felt pretty, you was puffing your chest out before the break.
You know what? The only difference about this match with Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi, whatever. Tanahashi.
Yeah, I thought that was good though. That was pretty.
No, I messed it up. I've been saying this shit all day. I had it right. Tanahashi, right? Tanahashi. He was always going to face him. If you looked at his promo after the Battle Royal, he's been headhunting everybody from New Japan. When somebody from New Japan comes in AEW, who they face? Moxley. Every time. He was always going to face them. And for this to carry on the company, I'm fine with it. However, I don't like the road that they took to get there because, one, why wasn't Hangman Adam Page in this Battle Royal when he just lost the championship? Two,
I was wondering if anybody was going to point that out.
You then have your biggest draw in Wardlow come out and tell you why he's not choosing to be in the Battle Royal
for the TNT title. For the TNT title.
Complete bullshit.
Whoa.
That's complete bullshit. I get it. You're trying to strike while the iron is super hot. And you want to make more money than you possibly could later on than right now, and you believe that whoever's going to be this interim champ is going to be the bridge. However, what happens in UFC when you have an interim champ? They still have to face the other champ. So you could have still kept Wardlow with that belt. Punk could have still came back with his original belt, and you still could have got the big money draw.
Well,
this was a ball dropper.
Whoa!
Not to be confused with a panty dropper.
I'm sorry, like a Fumblerooski?
Fumblerooski. I believe so. I don't think that it was needed for us to be told why he wasn't in the Battle Royal. And I just feel like if you're going to put a guy like Wardlow in the crosshairs of Scorpio Sky, you now just buried a rising star in Scorpio Sky who's just now getting his shine. It makes absolutely no sense to me.
All they do is shine. And it's funny, the commercial we played where you were talking about the black wrestling fan can be happy. You're black and you're a wrestling fan. And look what they're doing to him again. I
was happy with the shine that they gave him. I was happy with the shine that they gave Scorpio Sky. However, I don't like it. I don't like it that they're gonna fucking give him the goddamn bullshit Ryback treatment and feed him more. And that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna feed him Scorpio Sky, and Scorpio Sky and the Men of the Year now become irrelevant once again under Dan Lambert, who's probably the best talker as a manager in that promotion. That's not Don Callis. Because without Don Callis, it didn't. Kenny Omega's run as champion didn't really strike that well for me. On a side note, speaking of Dan Lambert, there was a theory that who did Thunder Rosa go against? The Shapira chick, right? Yeah. Did you see that match? It got flack on Twitter because she was sandbagging, no selling, and there were two particular moves that she did in which this MMA chick can go.
I thought she looked good.
Thunder Rosa no sold her ass, and even Aubrey Edwards, the referee, looked like, what did you just do? Looking at Thunder Rosa in that way, because she was supposed to grab her by her neck and hop and toss her. I don't know if you remember this. Thunder Rosa just dropped after the second hop. She just dropped like she got slammed down by her neck, and I'm like, you wanted eyes on this women's division, and then you did shit like that. How can you elevate it? I love Thunder Rosa, but she seems like she's becoming a diva because she's not getting the respect. She's not getting the
one bad match.
No. This is the first time. This is like the third time. And she's always complaining that she's not getting screen time like Jay Cardell.
What did she complain to?
All the time. You got see. This is why you be turning it off, busted open too early. You be turning it off too early. They gave that woman.
You know what happens to me? You know what happens to me? I know they do. Here's the thing, because I turned you on to Busted Open. Okay. Here's the thing. What happens to me with any shows like that? They make their rounds, and for me, they get old and boring and stale because their opinions be mine, and it's like I'm listening to myself. So I just turn it off. Let's say have a big interview or something like that. Like I still respect those guys and things like that. But overall, I mean, it's an intelligent wrestling fan show, and they're intelligent wrestling fans. I agree sometimes. Sometimes I don't agree. It don't be that. I just I think it's a lot of WWE hate on there. I think that. But other than that, I mean, they're entitled as well. You know what I mean? But overall, no, I still will always have love for those guys. 13 years in this business, same as I. You know what I mean? The NWO though, 20.
Wait.
Oh, you had some Will Ospreay stuff. Jay White.
Will Ospreay. Y'all are going to tell me that this is the guy that is going to carry New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's the guy. He's the best wrestler in the world. This is what you're telling me. Him and Switchblade Jay White. Yes. They are literally low budget, great value Kenny Omega and Seth Rollins, i.e. 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D.
God, you're like
these guys.
It's like, can I just call you? You're already a DJ. Like, you should be MJ. This is Mike Jr.
These guys.
Go ahead.
These guys are not the ones. I'm sorry.
I like them though.
If you know, no. If you know anything, I watched Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. I watched it. I dissected it. That boy Will can't fuck with no goddamn Kenny Omega. He can't fuck with no Omega. And Omega was the biggest draw that was not named Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, and it was from America, and he carried that company. And you mean to tell me Will Ospreay is the guy?
Yes.
Jay Switchblade White is the guy?
Yes.
This promo that everybody's busting nuts over makes him that guy? The fake pipe bomb makes him the guy? You want to know what made that promo so good? The fact that he had the Bullet Club behind him like they was a gang. The ad libs. You know how you watch battle rap? You know what makes the battle rap so good? It's not the person battle rapping. It's the guys in the background with the ad libs. The those are the guys that make the battle. Jay White is not as good if he didn't have the Bullet Club behind him.
I disagree with you.
He's not touching. Listen, he's not touching Omega. He's not touching. He's not touching Seth. He's not touching Seth Rollins. He can't hold a candle to AJ Styles.
Ric Flair.
But let me go on closing, right? Because this Forbidden Door thing that everybody's hyping up, right? I want somebody to tell me the top 5 people in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I would love for somebody to tell me the top 5 single guys in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I can Google it right now.
And then tell me how this is so much better than the partnership that Impact had with AEW. It's no different. It's literally no different. The only difference about this and the only hype that it is Moxley versus Tanahashi. I'm sorry. That's it. Moxley versus Tanahashi is the marquee matchup. And it was going to be the marquee matchup, regardless if the belt was on the line or if it wasn't.
Well, Christian, where's Okada?
I think he pulled out for some reason. I don't know.
It says Okada, Tanahashi. Mm-hmm. It says
that's the biggest names they have.
Right, Naito. Right. It has Ibushi. Then it has Jay White and Will Ospreay.
Was that 5 and 6?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
You want to know why? You want to know why they're at 5 and 6?
They've been in 5 and 6, bro. Will Ospreay has been.
They've been in 5 and 6. Why? Because they couldn't.
He has been the darling of the indie world in that part of the region for about 3 years, and I've been on Jay White. I love Jay White look. I don't think he's like Seth Rollins. I think Omega and Seth Rollins. I think he was that beforehand. I think when Omega was there is when I noticed him. Yes. Okay, I can't deny that because them coming there, the elite going there, helped me put eyes back on that product. Won't not deny that. But what I saw, I liked, and I've always been a fan of Jay White. I like what Jay White does in the ring. I think so. What it's. The Bullet Club wasn't fans and people liked it, so why can't it be Jay White's and people like it? That's my thing. It's like I think as wrestling fans,
Well, no, that's not what I was saying. I was saying the reason why the promo was so good, the reason why, what made the NWO so good even after they separated, right? It was the company that you keep, right? Outside of Hall and Nash and Hogan, maybe Big Power Pump, probably Scott Norton. The rest of those guys were lackeys.
I'm sorry, you say Scott Norton?
Yeah, because he's the powerhouse. That's the only reason why. I mean, I would take him over Horace Hogan, whatever. But I didn't say he was. Not you, but most people that I see have been saying, this is the greatest thing. And
you're messing up again, brother. You're messing up again.
I see it.
I'm gonna take you out for a second till you get that fixed. And I can see. I think you see it. Nope, you still not.
No. I see the thingies up in the corner. It's not me. It's StreamYard.
Oh well, StreamYard's a piece of shit, and we know that. So, I like Jay White. I like Will Ospreay. I think they're both phenomenal.
I just think they're.
Hold on. To get great, you have to overhype. To be great, you have to beat legends. To be great, you have to mimic legends. To be great, you have to have a nostalgic love to you. That has always been the building blocks for professional wrestling to me. Everybody's taking something from somebody who did something different that turned it this way. And especially since the likes of the world of the Attitude Era and the Stone Cold Steve Austin, ECWs of the world, where you had these tweeners be developed, okay, that became even more the norm. I like Jay White. I like Will Ospreay, although, it gives me this, I feel like I'm watching Game of Thrones when it comes to the ring, but it works for him, and I fucks with it personally. I really do. NBO kept too much company for their own good. I agree with that as well. They did keep too much company, and that was their downfall.
They're still goated though,
and we're going to talk about them coming up after the break. Coming up next, This Week in Pro Wrestling, NWO talk, and we're going to draft the top heel personas of all time.
Oh, real quick before we go. 19 years ago, I got put on punishment, right? by my mom. I was 17. I got put on punishment by my mom.
Is this a story about the NWO? Could you wait for the NWO?
No, it's not. No. Brock Lesnar and Big Show broke the ring on SmackDown for like the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just yelled out, "Oh shit!" And my mom said, "What'd you just say? Turn it off. Turn it off right now." Couldn't watch wrestling for 2 weeks. I just want to say that was 19 years ago. It was the anniversary. There you go.
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man. NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
All right, everybody. Of course, this is King Von Jr., once again, host of the Victorious Ones podcast and social media producer for Perfect Plex Talk Radio. I'm here to bring you This Week in Wrestling History. And of course, as Dice just mentioned earlier, this is also the 19-year anniversary of Lesnar and Big Show breaking the ring. But anyway, of course, on June 12th, 1987, Antonio Inoki wins the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, the only time he held that title. And of course, he held it for over 325 days. And of course, on June 12th, 2005, the very first ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view. And of course, on June 13th, 1982, High Chief Peter Maivia passed away after a long battle with cancer. R.I.P. to High Chief. In 1993, June 13th, on this day, Bret Hart won the very first King of the Ring as he defeated the likes of Mr. Perfect, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Razor Ramon to win the tournament. And of course, on this day in 1999, the Great American Bash took place as Kevin Nash defeated Macho Man Randy Savage to retain the WCW World Heavyweight title. And of course, in 2006, this is when ECW first became a brand. And this is also, this is when ECW first became a brand. And of course, in regards to the birthdays this week, on June 12th, Mark Henry turned 51. And on June 13th, Jacques Rougeau Jr., also known as the Mountie, turned 62. And so these are the facts when it comes to this week in history. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man. NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
That can't lace my goddamn boots!
That's a pipe bomb, just so you know. An explosion. Listen, guys, welcome back. Perfect Plex Talk Radio, yours truly, Mike Knoxxx, and the Z is Silent podcast. Check us out, like, subscribe, and follow us here on Unpopular Reviews. And we are back, and we're going to talk 26 years ago. The big guy showed up. This is where the big boys play, huh? Key emphasis on the word play. We're not playing. He had to put that picture up, right? You saw it stopped me from talking and everything because that's the picture we show. See, The Rock thinks it's funny too. He's vacant. That's who he is. Okay, but the NWO was for. Hold on now. Was formed 26 years ago. Still, all the respect to that group. And I want to ask you a few quick questions, Dice. There, man. Where would wrestling be today without the NWO? Because I think they had that big of an impact on the sport of professional wrestling. At that point, the world was different without the internet. We all talk about the same things all the time when it comes to this group. The world today would have known about it, and I don't think it would have been as successful today. But back then, it was different. It was new, and I thought it was needed, and it changed wrestling in such a good way, because the business had to change, and things changed because things were getting stale. And from that, we got, in my opinion, not the Attitude Era, but birthed. The Attitude Era was just the soil and the water that gave us the Ruthless Aggression Era, which to me is still the greatest era in professional wrestling, but still all from the NWO. Your thoughts?
The impact of the NWO is so deep. Not only did we get one of the greatest factions, my greatest faction of all time, But for professional wrestling as a whole, we then got gang warfare.
Uh-huh.
We had Ravens Flock. We had the LWO. We had Wolfpack.
Could have kept
we
half
had
other shit. We had
the
Mexicans.
Misfits. But I mean, there wouldn't be big group. We got Nexus,
Disciples of Apocalypse,
the No Limit Soldiers. We had a lot. We got Main Event Mafia. We got Team Canada. We got a lot of stuff.
Hold on, Main Event Mafia ain't got nothing to do with the NWO.
It does.
That's just a faction.
Yes, but the incarnation of them, the way that they were perceived, the way that they were brought together was because of the seeds that was planted because of the NWO.
Okay, you're talking about factions that were bought to take over.
I'm not talking about. I'm not.
I got you.
I'm not talking about. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about just a faction with 3 guys, 4 guys. I'm talking about a big faction.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
But the faction was created to take over, not to just be a faction. I got you.
Yes. So without that, we wouldn't have got a lot of stuff that we see and beloved today. And one of the most iconic shots, and I know that you're going to hate this, is going to make your balls itch, but this is one of the best shirts. I just ordered mine. It's $15 on WWEshop.com. The third man shot. This is an infamous shot, and it's one of the best pro wrestling shots. You know where you were when you saw this.
Fuck
you
you,
know where
Hogan.
you were when you saw this. That guy. But you know where you were when you saw the third man. You know where you were when you heard the promo, and it really shined a light. And it made stars like a DDP, like a Sting, Savage, Luger.
It didn't make Sting.
It didn't make Sting, but the persona that we have fell in love with, that we now are synonymous with.
He was still that fucking pop. I think that's the biggest misnomer. Sting was still already fucking wildly over.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, but in that time of
it did boost it because of the Crow. And all that. I'm just saying, like, I just
no,
because
like I told you, I've been
watching, and so was Luger.
I've been watching WCW from the beginning,
whole life,
right? I've been watching it from the beginning on the Peacock, or you like to say it, the
cock.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying that. But
it's the best damn app out there is the cock.
Watching Sting kind of fade off in the background, and them just kind of like NWO just taking over, and WCW is crumbling. And Surfer Sting was not going to be able to be the guy to take them down. He needed a persona change. He needed the anti-hero. The anti-hero.
They were anti-hero. No, I get that part. I'm just saying, but he was still that's all I'm saying.
They were anti-hero, but they were also anti-villain. They were cool. They made it cool to hate the bad guys or like the bad guys. They were just cool. Like, you know how much those NWO shirts. Those NWO shirts in the back of the magazines, you know how much them shits was in the late 90s? Them shits was like $40. I could not justify to my mom spending $40 on an NWO shirt. I couldn't. People. But the influence that they had on the business, for me as a fan, I just think that it's uncanny. It's unmatched. There's nothing like it. And I can't even second anything.
It's just Notice Vacan's not in that video. Okay?
But you put Virgil in the bitch.
Well, you know, he needs all the help he can get. Okay. Virgil doesn't get no love. But the NWO 26 years ago, man, they changed professional wrestling. Okay. And like you said, they did help rejuvenate Sting's career. Okay. And they did birth a certain. They just was not a regular faction any longer. I don't see
Goldberg as Goldberg that we know and loved in that era. If he hadn't been the one to,
I know they all say that. I know they all say that, and it would be unfair for me to say no against that, right? Because it happened, and I see
yeah, absolutely.
But he was already on the way of becoming that. But the fact that they were just the biggest who they were. And how they made him Ultimate Warrior-esque without having to have the gods come down and best upon my soul. I mean, they used the goddamn cattle prod to beat this man. That was still the dopest thing I've ever seen. I'm serious. They used the cattle prod to beat this man. Like, it doesn't get better than that.
Smoke on the mic like smoking Joe Frazier, the Hellraiser. That's all I can remember. That's all I can think about when I see that comedy. Now I want to watch Wu-Tang on Hulu. God dang you.
So they are without question a Mount Rushmore of factions. I think,
dare I say, show topic for next week? Or is that too much for you?
What, the Mount Rushmore of factions?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Did we? I don't know. We did a lot of countdowns and a lot of stuff, and I absolutely love what we do with these drafts because it keeps people intrigued. It keeps the conversation going. And right now, it seems to be that it's time. It's time. It's draft time. It's draft time, brother.
Okay.
You just switched me over. I literally just said it. I was usually turning this way. Yeah, okay. All right, let's go. All right. Oh, so this means I take over for the explanation. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Perfect Plex Talk Radio proudly brings to you its top 10 personas of the world. What's going on over here?
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? What's going on over here?
I'm sorry.
We're in the middle of the show.
Sorry.
Hey, Paige.
Okay. See? What are you doing? Looks like a touch mine. All right, even though I kind of look at that, they're kind of like male butts, so I should stop kissing it so much.
If you guys didn't catch the beginning of the show, for those who are wondering what's a top 10 persona, right? The heel persona, specifically. Because the heels of professional wrestling are, while they're often the hated guys, they're also the loved ones. And if you watch the WWE Evil series, which is a really great series, by the way, on Peacock.
And shout out to the girls that do it here on Unpopular Review. Kat and Kay that do that does the show. So hey, check them out on Unpopular Review Entertainment as well.
Yes. So the heel persona, we have many heel turns. Many heel turns by people like Jericho, a Big Show, a Orton, a Edge. Well, Hogan only had one, but arguably we'll get into the draft. But not only just take that person as a heel, but that particular character, that persona, and where would you rank it in a top 10 ranking system? That is the nittiest of the grittiest. And that is what we're here to break down. It's not a overall of the greatest. It's our personal favorites. Meaning what Knoxxx looks for in professional wrestling is not the same as me. And plus there's a age gap. I'm not going to say how big it is, but it's a big one. It's a pretty big one. So
big? It's like 15 years.
It's like 10.
Oh, it's only 10. I definitely thought you was going to be my son. So what we gonna do? We gonna flip a coin.
We are going to.
You gonna flip a coin? How about determine who goes first?
We need to start telling somebody in the chat to pick a number between whatever number they're thinking. Nope, you can't do that because there's favorites in the chat.
Yeah, right.
So let's rock, paper, scissors this shit.
That's all how we do it. One time, not best of the three. You're on the wrong side. Oh, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Bang, bang.
We're so fucking late.
Bang, bang. But I wasn't looking at you though. You know what I'm saying? I see. I was trying to, you know what I mean? I was trying to do the ambiance and shit. You know what I'm saying? How can I be the quintessential 5-time quintessential guy? I said 5 times, right? So, but yes, I shall be first now. And with that being said, of me being first, I'll move myself back in my rightful position over here. And I have to say it, guys. I wanted to go first for one reason only.
I knew you. I know what you're about to do. I'm about to walk off. I knew what you're about to do. There's only go ahead. There's only two that are the greatest characters. So I know that you're smart enough to know one. So go ahead. And you're not going to say the one that you hate. So go ahead and go with the greatest.
Watch me. Watch me. This is about winning. And all I do is win. No matter what. The eyes are too bright. I gotta put on my shades. Because Hogan.
Hold up.
You're a liar, Hogan. And you're not just a liar. You're a grandstander.
Not only are you a hot dog, a grandstander, a showboat, and a prima
You're not going to stun on me.
You're a liar, too.
With the first pick in the Hill Persona draft, the greatest heel of all time. Vacant Hogan. Make sure you write that down too, Vaughn. I said vacant Hogan. Who's the number one pick in the draft?
That's
gotta take that. I'm not dumb. I'm gonna go get me some.
No, you're not. But you had to know I had to choose the next greatest heel persona, arguably the greatest character
in
WWE, the man who is responsible for this here championship. No chance. That's what you got. Come on now. It's 1A, 1B. The greatest character
I would personally disagree.
That's fine.
I think he is clearly number 2.
That's fine.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because the creator, who I think, that I hate this, by the way. I hate this. My Jesus. I hate when fans I've always hated bow down, right? But if I was to ever do this to a racist some bitch, I don't know. It would be, I think he's number 2 because he created the biggest face. And because of that, he can only be the biggest heel. That's all. I think I give more to the talent than I give to the creator. It's like, and we talk, I give more. Everybody gives the director too much props. The actors did the shit. You know what I'm saying? So my number 2, which I thought you was going to go with, and I take off my shades because it's getting brighter. Okay, because I think the second best heel persona ever invented in professional wrestling history goes to the tribal.
Oh, bold are we?
The tribal chief. They hated him. They booed him.
But he wasn't a heel.
Out of every, hear me out. Out of every WrestleMania as a face. And now, just like vacant Hogan, the heel persona is so loved that the fans that booed him, you can't even see my face. The fans that booed him the same way they booed him. Be back on the 27th. John Cena. Superman is coming back because they need him. By the way, which you brought up, I did. I got all kind of props today, baby. I got all kind of props. You know what I'm saying?
Competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win, and this is non-title.
This is non-title. Number 2, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Let's go. What you got at number 2?
That was very cute. That was very cute.
Clever.
It was very cute. And I don't understand why I didn't think that you would not do that.
Yeah, I thought you thought I was going to go there, so I thought you thought you knew I would go there.
However, I just can't put Roman so high when he's only been the tribal chief as a heel for about 2 years. Whereas we're talking about a guy who did this shit and been doing this shit and is arguably the greatest character created.
Oh, God. I think I might have fucked up. But see, we're not talking about the greatest character.
Ministry of Darkness Taker.
I will take the tribal chief over Ministry of Darkness Taker any day. And that's the only Taker I've ever loved. I didn't think you would pick him.
Well, you showed me.
No. I'm kind of the only Taker I like.
Well, you showed me where Roman Reigns is stringing somebody up. Show me where Roman Reigns is stringing somebody up. On that cross of that own logo.
He doesn't have
and then gets put on his own logo by the blue collar guy.
Yeah, but
the hero, the anti-hero in Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Whose idea was to string up his own daughter? That man right there.
It was. It was me all along, Austin.
It was me all along. All right. My number
now
three.
It's about to get real good. It's about to get real good. It's about to get real thick.
My number 3 in the Hill personas. People have to understand some things, right?
Please don't. Please don't.
People are really hated in this world. People are really hated. And this guy was hated so bad, they kicked him off of television.
3?
No.
Oh, I'm so glad you did it.
No, I didn't.
So glad you did it.
No, I didn't. No, and I
didn't.
And no, I didn't. And no, I didn't.
I know you're going with now. You fucked it up. I know you're going with now. Oh my God.
Listen, I've been playing him all day, Hogan.
Oh,
I got his clothes on, Hogan. Vacant Hogan. As you're blurry. As we can't
I don't know
see
why I'm so blurry.
You understand what I'm saying?
I am the greatest intercontinental heavyweight champion that ever lived, and I'm the greatest professional wrestler that ever lived.
And I play to
I'm
win.
a very competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win, and this is non-title.
Why am I so blurry? What the fuck is going on? Get my shit right. Come on, Logitech.
I'm beating your ass so bad your camera said disappear.
Apparently so. I don't like this. All right, there we go. Damn, Logitech. Come on, I spent $100 on this shit.
All right, what you got number 2?
You know, I'm very surprised that you picked that guy.
I'm going with my favorites. I'm going to go with a guy who screams every day that he gets a chance on Twitter before or after he makes a tweet. He makes it known to fuck HH. The Iron fucking Sheik. Every tweet this man puts on, he says, oh yeah, fuck Hulk Hogan. Guess what?
Ever since he got on Twitter,
I believe
he
was surpassed by somebody in his own faction. Personally, I really do believe that in my heart. Number 4, as the greatest heel in professional wrestling for me, persona, Ravishing Rick fucking Rude. If you would be quiet for a moment, all you fat, out of shape, Alabama, roll no tide, Eagle sweat hogs, while I take off my robe and simply ravish your women. Ravishing Rick Rude was so hated. Oh my God, this might be the actual first biggest heel that I actually have, and the persona goes with it. I mean, damn, I told you today.
Very competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win, and this is non-title. What you got at number 4? I come to win.
This is very, very interesting because I just happened to pick a guy that Ravishing Rick Rude started a group with.
Oh, did you really?
He showed up with this group while he was on TV with the NWO.
Okay, you must be picking.
And I have to go.
You better not. I will kick you in your fucking balls.
Until it's on. Hit him with a little bit of that Triple H. Triple H. Now, the persona that I happen to go with.
It's the one I picked. The picture has to be. Am I correct or incorrect?
Okay, so
am I wrong?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay.
This is the one. I just gave you the
music you just played.
Music.
That's right. That's the same one.
That's the best one.
That's
so
the best
bridge
one.
between
Absolutely.
the Cerebral,
yeah,
and Evolution.
Yeah, when he had the
I believe that's
the real to me
vest.
my favorite Big Eagle belt.
The vest with the patch.
Well, no, that's not this one then. That's not this
that's
one.
not that one. But
this is him and
he's close.
This is him and Stephanie McMahon.
This is
him and Stephanie.
Yes, I believe that was his
number
greatest,
4?
followed by Evolution H.
Number
yes,
4?
He's up there. He ran that only because that persona of him stuck with him for the rest of his career.
Gotcha. Speaking of things that stuck with people their entire career, at number 5, again, I just keep knocking them out the park. Hey, yo, the bad guy, Reza Ramon. That one, he even is not Reza Ramon. He is Scott Hall. He still speaks the same way, Chico, because the persona never changed, eh? It's all he can talk. It's like he can't talk because he's like a, Italian, Puerto Rican.
That is not Italian.
I know. That's my point. But he's like Tony Montana, Colombian. You know what I'm saying?
It's a horrible Tony Montana.
A horrible Tony Montana, but the persona in itself, heel personas, this is top 5 to me. And that's why I got him at number 5. And that's why I go with right there. Reza Ramon. Ray, rest in peace, Scott Hall, friend of the program.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That was cute.
That was very cute.
All right, well. Black and ugly as ever. No, I'm always handsome and sexy as ever, and I still stay coochie down to my socks. You know I do. Take pride in that shit.
You know it's coochie, not coochie. Right?
I know what it is. I like to say things on purpose because it makes me sound like I'm intelligent. Go ahead.
Okay.
And I think coochie. Go ahead.
So the next guy that I'm going to go with, and I believe that his persona would probably mirror or surpass, depending on what you look for, and the cheating, thinking things through type of way. The guy who won the first ever Money in the Bank. Do you know?
So what's with the picture of? I have
Edge.
Oh, that I have that edge, bro. Right? I put all this work in. Why don't you fucking
listen? The problem is you don't name stuff.
You don't have to name. You can clearly see who the fuck.
No, I can't. No, they're small. I have to literally zoom in on everything. So there. Thank you. I'm going with Edge, the ultimate opportunist.
At number 5.
I think that he in the mid 2000s.
Right.
I think that the way he thought in the ring and the way he was able to finagle his matches and finagle situations, especially with the whole Vicky Guerrero thing, it's top-notch gold to me. Gotcha. In which I'm not going to say it's better than what Razor would do. I think it's on the same level because Razor would get under his opponent's skin just by throwing a toothpick in their fucking face. So, and he made it cool to be the bad guy. And I think that Edge makes it just as cool to be the ultimate opportunist in your situation. So
number 6. Do you smell?
No!
What the Rock? Hollywood Rock at number 6.
Very competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win, and this is non-title.
It's non-fucking title.
That's fine. I'm good.
Hollywood Rock, just like Vacant Hogan, breaking the hearts of millions and singing while he does it. Okay? I know somebody who, if not already has seen the Elvis movie, will be there day one when it comes out on the 24th, will be this man right here. The true tribal chief, Dwayne The Rock, Black Adam Johnson. The great Johnson. And, you know, you should like that last name. So, Hollywood Rock at number 6. I'm surprised you let him get that far.
I'm very surprised as well.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I forgot.
Trades may be imminent, but as of right now, we let that off the books. Who you got at number 6?
The list of 1,000 holds, Jericho.
Over.
No, not that one. That's not him. That is him. The list of 1,000 holds over that Jericho, because that Jericho was so annoying. They cut to commercial. He's still leading off the list as they come back from commercial. They can't get him out of the ring. 17 years later, they showed a clip of him still reading his list of 1,000 holds, which I thought was brilliant. I think that a guy, I couldn't choose between the best in the world at what I do and a list of 1,004 holds Jericho. I bounce back and forth. But I just think that the list of 1,004 holds Jericho was a little bit more annoying than for me, the best in the world at what I do, because more people loved it.
When you went to the Triple H moniker, right, and that bridge, you wanted to use that bridge. That bridge is this, right? There would, to me, you couldn't get this, right? And I'm an early Jericho line, flipping his hair off, move Jericho day one guy. Okay,
come on, baby.
But I'm taking this one, not my pick though. Number 7, which is my pick. Talking about annoying and great heels. I hated him so much that I, to this day, I'm not a fan of his, but I respect him. And that is, we're talking WrestleMania 13, going against Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the earring wearing. Remember, he didn't wear the earring the whole time. So I was careful picking the picture. Stone Cold, and I'm not talking about the one you guys liked that beat Michaels at 14. I'm talking about the guy who this was right after Ringmaster. It was this guy, and I'm going with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, damn. I hate him so much. I hate him now because he went against The Rock. He went against Triple H. He went against Bret Hart. He went against Shawn Michaels. He went against everybody I love was this guy. And because of that, that's true hate. So I have Austin at number 7.
I can't believe that we've gotten to number 7.
I know what I did.
And forgot about.
I didn't forget about anybody.
The guy.
I didn't forget about nobody.
Literally makes people hate big attractions. That makes people hate part-timers. And for that reason, I am so sorry, Mr. Brock Lesnar.
Well, he wasn't a part-timer then, so that you can't call that person.
I'm talking about
the part-timer one?
2012, the prize-fighting Brock Lesnar.
Okay, because this is next big thing. Okay. All right.
I'm talking about prize-fighting Brock Lesnar was hated. From 2011, 12, where it was to like 14, he was hated because all he did, show up, suplex, get his check, and bounce. What's more heelish than that?
Nothing at all. Number 8 for me. I still can't believe this. I just keep getting better and better and better. That I can get this guy 8 picks in, which is pretty much 16th overall. Ready for this, King Vaughn Jr. 720 on the Twitter chat room? You ready for this? You think of
as a heel?
You know I'm sexy. He was hated so much in real life that people in the back didn't like him. Okay, his persona of him thinking he was as good as he is was real. Okay. He was next to the Macho Man Randy Savage, which I picked 3, and someone else who if I pick later. I've only loved 5 heels in my life, truly, that are true heels. This was a true heel. Him coming back against Razor was heel. Shawn Michaels, the mirror up with Sherry, Shawn Michaels, heel persona. When I fell in love with this guy as a character, the Heartbreak Kid was born, and so was Mike Knoxxx at that point. Number 8, the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn fucking Michaels.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Number 8.
Oh. Well, then.
Examine the list. Look for it. Think about it. And at the end of the day, remember one thing.
You sit down, you write Dale and Brennan a check for $10,000. Or we better shove one of those fake hearing devices so far up your ass, you can hear the sound of your small intestine as it produces shit.
All right, where are we at? Number 8?
Number 8.
Number 8. It's so hard for me to sit back here. Come on now. The disrespect. I'm sorry, Flair.
Punk
I'm
ass
sorry.
I'm
sorry, Flair.
I'm taking off my glasses for this bullshit, y'all.
I'm sorry, Flair.
I'm taking off my glasses for this bullshit.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Flair, that I picked you so late. I'm so sorry.
Which Flair you going with? Please tell me it's not
dirtiest.
Please tell me it's not this Ric Flair.
No, man. No,
okay.
I'm talking about Flair. I'm talking about Flair. It's hard for me to keep these Gators down. That's the Flair I'm talking about.
Why can you find that picture? I don't care if you put up a regular picture, but not this one.
That's why?
Because this picture doesn't say that Flair. This Flair is like, what the fuck you on my screen for, Flair? Spoiler alert, this isn't the Flair he's talking about. Okay? You're talking fur coat Flair. You're talking about why I'm mad because I had him on my phone in the fur coat Flair to be higher on the list. You are absolutely right. So, did you find it yet? Because it needs to be on the screen. I don't care if it's the overall picture.
No.
Ric Flair.
You talking about with the black 80s. And white?
Ric Flair.
You talking about black and white?
Doesn't matter. Just put a picture of Flair from NWA. That's all that matters.
Okay.
It's all the same Flair.
Okay. Here we go. I don't think this is right because his hair. It might be early 90s.
That's way too. That's WWE damn near Flair.
No, that's not WWE.
Damn near it is. Give me one. I got you. Keep
look at it. Look at it.
Talk about your guy. Talk about your guy, and I got you. I know what Flair you want. I know what Flair you want.
Look at it. Look at it. The describing whatever shit is on the belt. That is
right. I know it's WCW, 90s. But it's right. It is, but that's not the Flair you're still talking.
That's not
about.
The Flair I'm talking about.
Right.
But
it's
close enough, damn it.
Because I want you to understand the people out there that's watching this. Where the fuck
Flair made it? This Flair made it cool. He made it cool to be flashy. He made it cool to get the women's. Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
Should have been number one.
Should have been number one. I'm so disappointed that I did not think of this. He wasn't even on my list when I was thinking about this all day.
He was on my list,
and it came to me
because I put the pictures. I don't like putting the pictures. I want to help us out and having people there, but I don't want to tip my hand. You know what I'm saying? But then I don't have time while I'm on the show to upload them. And if you wait too long, the PNG disappears and looks stupid. So I prepare, and 100% like we did with Brock Lesnar. We forgot about that. So Flair as your number 8, and I put my glasses back on. It's like beginning to shine bright like a diamond at number 9. And here I go at number 9 with my pick because I'm still building a company. So at some point, I want to have someone that can talk and you really hate. You really, really, really hate. And there's so many people you can really, really, really hate. But I gotta go with, may he rest in peace, beautiful Bobby Heenan. May he rest in peace. The Weasel himself, talking about heel personas and hating someone. The fans, he was the person you love to see get his ass whooped more than anybody because he ran his mouth so much, but he ran his mouth so much because his team was that winning. He had Andre, he had Flair, he had Perfect, he had Rude, he had the Giant. You know what I mean? He had everybody that's anybody in his stable. Big John Studd, he had Mr. Wonderful. You know what I'm saying? Give me beautiful Bobby Eaton at number 9. I mean, not Bobby Eaton, Bobby Heenan at number 9. Who you got number 9? There's a lot of honorable mentions, and I'm going to get to those. There's a lot that I have.
Already know if we're going to talk, we talking Heenan, we got to go with his counterpart. And arguably, I think the greatest talker as a manager.
If you didn't see him, you wouldn't have met manager if I didn't go there.
He was on there. He was on there. I was waiting because I didn't know if we were going with wrestlers or just, just wrestlers.
You said heel personas.
But we put Vince McMahon on there, so there's no reason for me to not put Paul Heyman on here, who I think
is that Heyman.
Paul E. Dangerous.
Paul E. Dangerously. There would be no Heyman. That's why I'm mad because I thought you would go there, but I forget how young you are.
No, I'm not going with that. Paul E. Dangerous. I am going with either. You could go with the next big thing, Paul Heyman, or you can go with the special counsel to the tribal chief, in which I think this is some of his best work. And so I'm going to go with the special counsel to the tribal chief, Paul Heyman.
At number 10 for me,
Don't do
and
it
it hurts me to not have him on my list because I have to go with again and the whole time, guys, we're building these things and I build them as I'm building a company. Okay, and so I cannot have my favorite guy, my second favorite guy, my third favorite guy, any of those things without having this guy and as a heel persona. No, it's not. It's not who you think it should be. No. Why? Why would
have the insights to do it?
No, that's not.
Of course, it's not him. But I'm gonna go. We're talking heels. I gotta go with my second favorite heel of all time, the Nigerian Nightmare, the Russian Nightmare himself. I'm sorry, Nikita Koloff. This man single-handedly was the only heel that wasn't a horseman in the NWA. It was the horseman, and it was him. That was it. Russia, United States, all that. I have so many honorable mentions. It's ridiculous. I want you to get your 10 out because to me, the honorable mentions are just as there's a whole list.
They're just as good.
Just for them.
Just as
good.
So
go ahead. And we run a little bit over with time, too. So go ahead. Yeah.
My number 10 is
Roddy Piper.
Thought about it. Didn't cut it for me.
CM Punk.
Shaved head Orton. The punt kicking Orton. The Stephanie McMahon kissing Orton. This motherfucker was diabolical. He was twisted. He was sick in the head. And I remember as a kid looking at him and I'm like, I can't stand the way that he has changed. I cannot stand the way that he's changed. And I hated him. And this was some of his best work because this was slightly pre-legacy where he really, really hit his stride. And I gotta give him, if anybody can Google a top 10 heel list, he cracks it. There's no reason why he doesn't crack our top 20 combined.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll give you that. And here's to my guy, Derek. Absolutely, I picked Rick Rude. In my list, honorable mention will go out as follow. Okay, I had Paulie Dangerously. I also had Mr. Perfect. The thing for me with Mr. Perfect is, and I know
too much for me.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't think he was over who I picked, which was Rude. Okay,
I agree. I agree with that.
I wanted to pick Hitman, but I didn't really hate the guy. He just went against the.
Selfish Hitman was an asshole.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Selfish
Piper
Hitman was definitely
absolutely. This is one of them lists again. I don't think you can go wrong on. All right. The quintessential stunt muffin himself. That's where I got the name from, right there. Joel Gertner for me. Absolutely, I had Tully Blanchard up here. I had Skandar Akbar up here. For those who want to hate the hate for no reason, to hate the hate, but The Miz up here.
I absolutely my initial list. I had The Miz up there. He was hanging around 9 to 10, but the way that you were drafting, I had to switch it up. And when I saw the Brock Lesnar thing fucked me up because I completely forgot him. And I had to throw him in there.
I did have him honorable mention for Muhammad Musan. I was serious with that pick. I have honorable mention for Charlotte Flair.
I had my number 10 / honorable mention, depending on how the draft was going, was I think the greatest female persona heel wise. Took after her damn daddy.
Yeah. I had all that coming up.
She took it after her damn daddy. And I just couldn't have two McMahons on there. But if
I didn't
we were
take
going to do
one.
a woman's,
I went a little bit further back than that one for Stephanie. I like with her and Triple H thing. I think that heel persona was better when she food her pops. I got Captain Lou Albano. Okay. I got JBL. Okay.
I had him.
I got Jake the Snake Roberts.
It's so tough.
I got Jake the Snake Roberts. And like you said, to me, all three of the McMahons belong there.
All three of the McMahons.
All three of the McMahons belong there. The list can go on and on and on. I'm not going to take nothing away from that. But before we get out of here, let's tally this thing up as we bring in. I'm looking for the thing. That's my fault, guys. I'm a little bit slow today. King Vaughn Jr. What's going on? Run back the list for us, as I know already that.
Very competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win, and this is not a title.
Exactly. All right, Mike. So here's the heels draft. So of course, for you, your top 10, Vacant, Hollywood Hogan.
Vacant Hogan.
Vacant Hogan. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Macho Man Randy Savage. Ravishing Rick Rude. Heel Razor Ramon. Hollywood Rock. Austin pre-Attitude Era, if you will. 96 Austin. Shawn Michaels, Bobby Heenan, and Nikita Koloff. Those are your picks. Dice, yours are Vince McMahon, Ministry Undertaker, Iron Sheik, Triple H, Edge, Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, Ric Flair, 80s Ric Flair, that is.
You only Ric
Paul
Flair
Heyman. Yeah, it don't matter. Ric Flair, Paul Heyman, and of course Randy Orton.
That's a good list.
That's a really good matchup.
That's a good list. We let you guys decide. The tweets are out there. Retweet all that good stuff. Let us know how you feel. Comment below. Let us know. Dice, any final words we got to hear? Raw tonight. We shall see what happened from the Judgment Day and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to talk to you earlier, but I have secured a very special guest for next week or the week after next shows. We're gonna coordinate with that. One of a good friend of mine who's around the area, who's a independent wrestler. His name is Tiberius.
You spoke to me about him. You spoke to me about him. Yes,
he is a beast tearing up the East Coast. As you can see, he was trained by them boys. So he's a hometown guy. He's definitely going around. He's making his rounds. He is a monster right now, tearing up the scene on the East Coast from anywhere from Carolinas to New York. He's up there. So we're definitely going to get him on the show, talk about what it's been like for him as a indie wrestler, and what promotion he would like to be in that would fit his style. So that is a definite good show is going to happen for you guys within the next 2 weeks. Maybe we'll do it next week. We're gonna coordinate schedules. As far as Raw goes, I'm just looking for the follow up on two things. I think that we see what they're going to beat down AJ. This is the only reason. This is the only way that they bring out Edge is to beat down AJ. In my book, and then I want to see the follow up between Lashley and Theory, and that's about it for me. Everything else is filler.
Raw has gotten better than SmackDown right now with the injuries. And I'm excited about Raw tonight, but again, the NBA Finals are on.
Of course, I'm looking forward to seeing Rhea Ripley and what she has on because she's been shutting it down.
All right,
and don't act like you don't want to.
No, that's not what I'm saying. We're trying to get out of here. So with that being said, guys, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, "I love me some me," and don't love God. That's crazy. We out of here. You should know that Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to the Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio, simply